Super easy curly hair routine for beginners. This, oh my god, this is what my hair looks like after, well, basically I was on vacation and a bird shit on my hair. And then I had to wash it with hotel shampoo and blow dry it because it was the middle of the night. And yeah, this is what my hair looks like after that, and 2 sleek buns, and I gotta fix it. So I thought I would take the occasion and show you my super simple curly hair routine for beginners. The most important thing for beginners is to keep it simple and to have a good technique, a couple of good products, but you don't need that much. I'm actually only gonna use one product while washing, which is shampoo, and I'm not gonna use a hair mask or anything like that because I feel for my hair type, it tends to weigh down my hair more. So I'm basically just gonna use the shampoo and a leave-in conditioner, and then I'm gonna do styling. For styling, I'm gonna use a mousse and a gel. So it's only 4 products, and I think a 4-product curly hair routine is actually really manageable. It's not gonna take a lot of time, and yeah, let's go. I'm back. So I have used this shampoo. It is by Trilux and it's called Curl Renew and Restore Gentle Cleansing Rinse, and I think it is actually very gentle. For me, honestly, right now, this is all I need. I have some damage in my hair, but I feel like leave-in conditioners instead of creams just do way more, and hair masks kind of tend to make my hair less curly. I don't know why. So using a leave-in conditioner instead, and this is also by Trilux. And I'm using like this much. It's like 4 pumps. And I'm just gonna evenly spread it in my hair. Oh, it's so wet. Oh. Okay. It is very important to properly detangle. If you're a curly hair beginner, one thing that has really helped me is wet frizz will be dry frizz. So if your hair looks like this when wet, you see a frizz, this frizz is not going to go away if it looks like this when it's wet. So we're going to brush through. The only way to get rid of wet frizz is to use smoothing products and to brush your hair, basically. This already looks a million times better. I'm using the Bounce Curl, is it the Volume Define? It's the Bounce Curl Define brush. And like, see the difference is insane. No wet frizz, wet frizz. Okay, I'm also gonna do it over my head once to just make sure that all of the knots are gone. Okay, now all you're going to need is a gel and a foam. I'm using also by Trilux the Curl Enhancing Styling Gel. I love this one, it is really, really good. And I'm gonna use the Curlsmith Bouncy Strength Volume Foam. This one has a lot of protein in it, which is great for bleach damaged hair. I've noticed that I don't like protein creams too much, but this foam, really nice. Also, I just want to say that you don't necessarily have to buy these exact same products because they're definitely a bit more on the pricey side. I mean, I want to say those are really, really good products and I can definitely recommend them and I use them all the time. But I'm also going to show you an alternative that is a lot cheaper for every one of these products in case you don't have to budget or just don't want to spend that much money on curly hair products just yet. First, gel. Look at this, just look at this. It's like a gel pudding, I love it. And I'm putting it pretty much everywhere. I am raking it through with my hands and then I'm smoothing out my hair. The curly girls can relate, but everything gets so sticky. Ah. Okay, then I'm parting my hair. I'm just doing top half and bottom half. I'm using one of these Bounce Curl volume clips, but you can use any clip. I'm using my favorite brush, which is this Bounce Curl brush that I've just used as well. This is disgusting. Okay. Super easy brush styling routine, only takes like 5 minutes. Make sure it's detangled, no wet frizz, and then you put the brush in, turn it to the side and shake. And then you just scrunch. And pro tip, always scrunch all the way to your root so you get more volume. This turned out really pretty. It is important that your hair is wet, but in summer, I don't really keep my hair soaking wet because I'm just too lazy to diffuse for that long. But the wetter, the better. Other side. And shake and scrunch. One more section down here. Shake and scrunch all the way up. Look at this, it's so good. The amazing thing about this brush is that it kind of separates your hair already, so it gives you a lot more definition because it's already kind of creating curl clumps. But you can of course also try this with whatever brush you already have and then see if it works for you. I'm doing like a back section, you can already see, wait, ooh. Droop. And then trying to scrunch this, I can't really see it, but like this, and then it's a bit messy, but you get used to parting your hair like this. Oh no. Front section. Ooh. Very important because it's going to be the most visible. As you can see, these are already curling up, but we want them more defined. And all the way up. Boom. Always like lift it away from your scalp like this. Done. I'm gonna use this clip right here in the back to give me more volume while the hair already kind of dries. Now the fourth product that I'm using is a foam. I'm using the Curlsmith foam because it gives a very strong hold, and I'm using quite a lot of foam. Oh, damn. I'm really putting this everywhere. Roots, lengths, back, everywhere. And then I'm scrunching. Don't scrunch like wetly like this. Take one section and scrunch it a couple of times up there. Eee! Why is it always such a mess? For the pros among us, we're gonna use more gel. Oh, this was not enough gel. There's never enough gel. Oh no, there's the hair on my gel, ew. Using gel as the last step will create an amazing gel cast because then the gel is the first thing that dries, and I'm just using like a little bit and I'm just scrunching. Done. This is the hair routine. This is all you gotta do, and now we're just gonna either let it air dry or diffuse. I'm also gonna give you a really quick tutorial on how I diffuse my hair, but this is so simple. The only thing that you could add now is a heat protectant. You can always check if one of the products that you've already used has a heat protectant in it. If not, spray some heat protectant to make sure your hair doesn't get damaged, and then let's diffuse. Don't forget the clip. Put a clip somewhere in the back of your head. It's gonna give a nice looking back and volume. Using the lightest section, oh my god, the lightest intensity of the diffuser, and I'm gonna hover diffuse, which means I'm not gonna touch the hair just yet because I want the gel to dry. Next step is to dry your roots a little bit, because if you dry your roots first, the ends are not gonna dry out too much, because if you just diffuse like this, the hot air needs the longest to reach your roots, but the roots are gonna take the longest to dry because they're so much more concentrated and more hair. So we're gonna dry the roots a little bit, and then we're gonna move on to the hair. Okay, it is already getting really hot. I've used a new setting spray today, so let's see if my makeup is gonna look this good at the end of the video, because normally it always melts away here. So let's see. Next step is to put the hair in the diffuser. And if you're a curly hair beginner, the most important thing that I've learned is to not touch your hair with your hands while diffusing. I used to always like scrunch while diffusing because I thought it was gonna enhance the curls. Don't do that. Don't touch your hair. It's gonna be a lot better, trust me. Okay, it is like 50% dry, and I switched the position of the clip to be a little bit lower. And now I'm gonna diffuse over my head a bit more, get more volume. Okay, so my hair feels pretty much dry. Oh my god, is this blush or am I just like red? But if you're unsure if it's dry, you can just use the cold setting, cool your hair down a bit, and then you can just feel if it's properly dry. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so my hair is dry. As you can see, it is a bit crunchy. Gel cast it's strong, it's not crazy, but it's definitely there. And we're gonna scrunch it out. You can use an oil, you don't have to. I'm not gonna use one today because I don't know, I just don't feel like using an oil. So my hair is not 100% dry. It should be, but it is so hot. It has like 30 degrees. I cannot do this any longer. If I'm doing this any longer, I'm gonna melt. Crunching out the crunch, and I'm not scrunching wildly up and down or anything. I'm just taking it and scrunching up the same spot. And yeah, the curls are getting fluffy. I'm literally sweating so much. Like when I'm diffusing and then I touch my roots and I'm like, is this still wet or am I just sweating because it's so hot? And I cannot open the window because it would be way too loud to film anything. So yeah, I'm just sitting here sweating, but it's okay. They're still a bit too wet, I'm being honest, but yeah, there's not really much I can do about it now. So this side turned out so gorgeous. Look at this. This side didn't turn out as great, but it's always like that. This side is always a 10 out of 10 and this is always like hanging in there. Okay, pro tip is to use some hairspray now. And now I'm scrunching again. This. Yes. Now we're gonna separate some of these like big clumps. And this is the result. I think they turned out so cute. They turned out a bit more fluffy than usually. I'm not sure why, but it might be because I used the Hotel shampoo like 5 times yesterday. No, the day before yesterday, because of the bird attack thing. So I think it might be because of that, but I'm still really happy with the result. This is the result of my 4-product beginner curly hair routine. And honestly, this turned out really cute.